get started. So goal setting it's always my favorite module. It's so nice to have a chance to look at the numbers piece of our business together. And I think it's also great that we get to look into Vibe and kind of dig a little deeper in there and check out how great Vibe actually is for us to manage our business. I wanted to share something that's really cool with you guys, and you may have seen it, but we have a leadership planning calculator that you can utilize as a tool to help you look at your business and then look into the future with different goals. So, on your Vibe, there is a report that looks just like this under your static reports. Has anyone seen this calculator yet or not?
No.
No?
Yeah, I don't think I have. If I did, I found it by accident.
Well, I'm telling you, it's an awesome tool. Because if you look at it right here, and this is just a screenshot, what you can do is you can go into the following campaigns, and when you pull it up, Avon already fills in your current numbers in the blue portion over here, and then it will put the new campaigns in the green portion. So what you do is you fill in the numbers, and you can kind of get a really good view at, if you had added 2 more people to your team, what that would do for your team sales. If you were to have a higher activity percentage, what that would do to your sales. So it's a pretty awesome tool. So I recommend you all look at it and give it a try. I worked on it with a representative today, met with her in person, and we went through, and it's just a really big eye opener. So instead of like filling it in on the paper like we did on our homework, you can actually go on there, do it there, and then save that to your computer. So it's in an Excel format. So we're going to talk about your homework. The first step to achieving your dream we're talking about setting your goals and establishing a measurable set of targets that will enable you to reach your overall dream. How did you guys feel about that when it came to making specific SMART goals? Did anyone have any aha moments, or did you like the process? Does anybody feel like sharing tonight? No?
I guess I will,
Oh,
Kate.
okay. All right, Jackie.
Yeah, I had a lot of aha moments. I had a lot of moments of, you really don't know that you don't know how to set goals. It's when you have to set goals.
Yeah.
And if you're not used to setting goals, and actually walking through the process, making sure that you don't make the goal so big that you lose yourself in the process, you become frustrated, you forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of prevents you from continuing the process. And you don't realize that when you look around and you haven't achieved the goals that I guess you pretty much kind of had in your head, but not actually execute a plan to do it. Set it up like the SMART goal says: specific, measurable, obtainable, relevant, time bound. And all of those things has to be a component to a goal in order to say when it actually happened, yay. Other than that, you don't know when you get there if you really haven't set up, if it's really not time bound, and you kind of just string along. If it's not something that's going to take you from right now to 3 weeks in or 4 weeks in or whatever that looks like to whatever goal that's being set. So this was really big. It was really huge for me. And I am just so grateful that I did it.
Yes, absolutely. I just love your sharing. Thank you so much, Jackie. And you are right. You know, anything we do in life, if we have a goal, if we don't break it down and set up how we're going to achieve that goal, sometimes it goes by the wayside, doesn't it? So,
Yeah.
and I think it's with your business. I think it's with personal goals. I think it's everywhere. And I think this is a great training for anybody who is anybody
Yeah.
to really understand how to make that goal really happen by making it smart. So awesome. And I think some of you also had some of those aha moments as we went through together and talked. So that brings me to, I'm not going to go by the slides. Let's talk about where you would love to travel and why, or maybe where you've already traveled and, you know, how you got there. Did anybody think of that before the phone call? Anybody?
Travel to a destination.
Yeah, that was one of our questions. What
Place.
was it? It was, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Mm.
This is for everybody.
Yeah,
Well,
see, that's not.
I don't want to interrupt. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I guess if I could go any place, I'd go probably to Ireland, Scotland, and England. Well, my husband's always wanted to go to England, and I've always wanted to go to Ireland. So pretty much I'd go any place but France. I have no desire to go to France, but I would like to go to Ireland sometime in England for sure.
Definitely. Why would you choose Ireland and England?
Uh,
Well,
well, my mother's people are from Ireland. We actually, I mean, we know where they came from. We know the actual city, you know, the place and everything like that. So I would like to go and see that, you know, see that area and maybe possibly see if there was any people around that I could connect to myself, you know, that kind
yeah,
of thing.
exactly. That would be awesome to kind of see your heritage. Maybe you could meet a relative or two, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Really cool. Who else? Anybody else have a place that you would just love to be able to go?
I would, Miss Kate.
Okay, how about you, Miss
I mean,
Margarita?
someplace I've been. I did my dream board about 15 years ago, and when I did it, I put that I wanted to go to the Bahamas because I'm an island girl. You know, I'm from Hawaii, and I just really wanted to go. I was just fascinated with the culture, the cooking. You know, just
Yeah.
different, beautiful pink sand. I mean, I just really wanted to go, and so I made my dream board about 15 years ago, and in 2006, I actually, you know, made a goal. Avon was offering a cruise, and it was the boat was all to ourselves, so we had that. So I won the cruise with three of my downline, and I got to go for the first time, and it was beautiful. And then I got to go last year when Avon had their incentive to go back to the Bahamas again, and that was 4 days and 3 nights, and it was just wonderful.
Oh
It was
my gosh.
beyond beautiful. And I just find it, you know, like, wow, I made that dream board years and years before I even got to go. And that's why I think that that dream board is so important, because you know what if you can see it, it's one thing to say it, but it's one thing if you put it down on paper and it's in front of you. If you can see it, you can do it. And I don't know.
I couldn't say that any better, Margarita. Absolutely. You had a dream, you had a goal, you put it down on paper, and you went twice now. That's even better. So,
Yes.
so if you're thinking about goal planning and goal setting, when we have a place that we really want to go, you really have to put a set of goals in place for you to be able to make that trip. And it sounds like you, Margarita, took the steps, you made it a goal, and whenever Avon puts something out there for you to earn, you really have to be strategic about it so you can earn it, because a lot of the times it's based around, how many new recruits did you have, how many increases for your sales did you have, and you have to be strategic about that. And that's where SMART goals come into play. So it's so important that we think about that in anything we do in life. We create SMART goals. So
Right. Have a plan.
you have a plan.
Having a plan. The
Exactly.
steps to get to that goal. What do you have to do to get to that goal? And making sure that you stick with it and make sure all your ducks are in a row, that you follow what the path to get to what you want, you know.
Exactly. So I have a friend who she really wanted to take her kids to Disney. And this was like a 5-year plan. So what they did, they had an envelope marked Disney. And that was about 5 years out. They knew their kids would be at an age where they could go. So what they did, with any extra money they had, they'd stick it into that envelope. And these two that I know, they were my neighbors, two of the smartest people I ever met. One was an architect, and the other is a school psychologist. So they had excellent jobs, but they wanted to plan for it. They knew the right time. So that was their SMART goal. Anytime they had that extra cash, they put it in their envelope. And 5 years later, last year, they moved, unfortunately, but last year they made it to Disney for a week because they set that goal in place, and their SMART plan was whatever extra money they had went into that envelope. They didn't touch it, and they were able to take a really nice trip to Disney. So it's just really neat to see the plans we put in place actually come to fruition. So very good. Anybody else have anything they wanted to share about their going through their goal setting? Anything cool happen this week? How about, like, did you go and talk to somebody new? Did you get a new customer? Did you have a chance encounter? Anything else going on like that in your business? New recruit? Did you get a new recruit?
Kate, this is Danielle. Yeah, I actually got a new recruit this weekend.
What?
I know, unexpected. It was thank you. A friend of mine that is in direct sales for another company came across someone that was interested in Avon, and she referred her to me, and she signed up on Monday. So yeah, so far so good.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it was good. It all goes back to, our basic foundation of building relationships, because obviously I would never have gotten this referral, from this other woman who I've started a relationship with a couple years ago, just learning about direct sales together and learning about her company and things like that. So yeah, it was unexpected, but it was good.
Well, congratulations. We are all very happy for you. That is amazing. What is do you mind if we ask what her direct selling company is? Your friend?
Yeah, no problem. She's in Tastefully Simple. So, and I love food. So I buy a lot of food from her. I love mixes. I love easy food. So if you haven't checked them out before, they have some good stuff.
I love their beer bread and their garlic, which is
yes,
super not healthy. But if you want to bring a good party favor to a party for people to try, that will go over awesome. People love it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good. I'm so happy for you. What a good story. There you go. Your SMART goals are happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Build to that next level. All right. I kind of skipped through. And I think this is going to be a short call tonight. I hope you guys are good with that. The one thing that I was going to do, and tell me if you want me to, or if you want to go explore on your own, we could do a live tutorial where I show you how to go into your calculator. Do you guys want to see that? Or do you guys want to try to do that on your own? Give me a yes if you want to see it in the chat box. And if you want to try it on your own, put on my own. Now I have to find the chat box. Okay.
You're talking about the calculator, I think.
Yeah.
On the guide.
I could take you through it and show it to you, or you could.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm for that. And we can just do that, and that'll be good.
Kathy says yes. Margarita says yes. Kathy said Tess. Okay, Annie says that's cool. Yep. All right. Let's just do that real quick here. I gotta remember where I was at. All right. Who wants to volunteer to look at their report? Anybody? It's got to be one.
You can do mine. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
I have no secrets.
Okay, we're logging in as her.
Ooh, Mikey.
And the calculator is in your program static reports. And it's towards the bottom. Which now I'm going to have to move this over. Okay. Leadership Planning Calculator. One second. There it is. Okay. Here you are. Now, it has your information already in here from campaigns 1 through 6, as you can see. It shows your personal sales, your unit sales, which is your first 5 generations. Your C5 and C6 sales look excellent, closer to Gold Ambassador than Silver. This here is letting you know if you have a Bronze Ambassador or through a Gold Ambassador in your downline, okay? Same with Bronze leaders or Silver leaders in your downline. So for many of you right now, that will stay a 0. This is also down here. It's telling you your performance title. So you have you're a Silver Ambassador here, Bronze, Silver, Silver, Gold, Silver. Oh, you did hit Gold in C5. Congratulations. So.
Thanks. If it could stay, but we worked on that, trying to keep it that way.
That's right.
Consistent.
Yep, and you have plans in place. You have some strategic plans to make that happen, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is my part to show your additions? I might have to unhide something. 22. Mine is different than yours. I'm sorry. I haven't been in one like this. So how do I unhide? Oh, I have to enable it. There we go. That's why this looks much better. So this also is letting us know what your team activity has been. And as you can see for your team, Annie, in C5 and C6, your activity was up very nicely. Your average activity is 62.2%. And then this is, for the future, the computer just automatically puts in there 64.9%. But if you want to play with that, let's say in C7, you're at 70% again. So that's your team sales would be 3,238, and then your average team order would be 115. If you go back to C5, how cool would it be if your average order was 143.75 again? See what that did to your total team sales? It brought it up to 4,025. So this is just really, really nice to play around with to see where you want your team to be at every campaign. Avon's average or Avon's goal for you for team activity is 68 to 72%. Okay? So if you're sitting at 70%, you are doing really well. I worked with somebody earlier today, and her team activity was 80%.
Wow.
And it was really interesting because she had 25 team members. Her activity was 80%, and her team sales with 25 people were like $5,000. So her situation was really awesome. I dug in there and I saw that she had some President's Club members on her team, which obviously is going to help your average order size go up as well. So here's some, in mine, I can see, when I go in through my way, I can see your appointments. Now, where's the appointments? I think it's here. I'm sorry, you guys. Mine does look a little bit different. It has everything showing. Yours, it looks like when you go to enable yours, when you're in there, you need to click enable, okay, you guys? And then over here, there's a plus and a minus sign. So you want to make sure it's on plus so you can see every category. Are you guys seeing anywhere where you can put in your recruits? Team orders, team size. So let me show you in PowerPoint. See here in mine, the one that I see on a normal, it shows me my first generation new appointments, how many people reinstated, my removals. So let me try to find that for you guys. Okay, where is that document now? Can I open this bigger? I feel like I'm missing a whole section. Anybody really good at Excel? Right now I need you. Anybody?
Not me. Only do Microsoft Word.
Let me see if I can click on hide. Guys, I wanted to be able to show you. All right, let's go into somebody else's. I want to see if there's something wrong with this one.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a surprise because I would get the wonky one. That's just how it goes.
because it's nice to be able to see, you know, if you add one person every campaign, what that does to your bottom line. Or if you say, I'm going for 2 every campaign, it's a good eye opener. So let me, gonna close.
Hey, Kate, this is Danielle. When you had your cursor on that cell, are you able to use just the arrows on your keyboard to scroll up? Because it looks like, so click on that and then just.
You're right.
Good job.
Yay. Okay, here we go. We are in the.
Thanks, Danielle.
No problem.
You are awesome.
I'm not wonky after all.
You're not wonky.
That's why I did it for you, Annie.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So this would be your first generation appointments. This would be the appointments that you. Annie, do you have a new appointment in C7 by chance?
That's a negative.
Okay. I know you will in C8 though.
Right.
Put it out there. So do you have anyone that's going to reinstate their account? Somebody that maybe you've been reaching out to your previous representatives that used to sell but somehow got out. And
no, not that I know of right now.
Okay. But that's always an option, right? For all of your guys' businesses, to reach out to people that used to sell on your team and say, hey, Avon is awesome right now. You should come back. It's new Avon. And now's the time. How about your removals? Do you guys take a look at potential people that may fall off your team because A, they haven't paid their bill in 5 campaigns, or B, they haven't paid their bill in 3 campaigns, because on the 4th campaign, if they don't pay their bill, Avon removes their account automatically, so they would be considered a removal. Or B, they haven't placed an order, and to be considered a representative, you have to have an order placed every 6th campaign to be considered active. So there's a couple reports that you can look at to every campaign to say, okay, I don't have anyone potentially falling off or being removed. Oh, wait, this campaign, I see that Susie still owes $27 and she needs to pay it. So I need to reach out and remind her and just say, hey, don't know if you forgot, but wanted to remind you to get that paid so you can keep your account active. So do you have any potential removals? That was a lot to be said for that. One?
I actually have one, I think, that's one potential right now.
So that would be here then. Let's just hope here it's 0. If we do 0, new appointments for C7, let's say 0 reinstatements. These ones here, if you look at your team new appointments, that's if you have somebody on your team that's also recruiting. So that's where you would add, oh yeah, you know, Sarah's recruiting. She recruited somebody new. I'm going to put a 1 in here for her. Team reinstatements, same thing. If Sarah has somebody on her team reinstate. And then team removals would be if Sarah has somebody you know that's going to fall off and become a removal. So the one thing that I wish this report did the math for us right through here. But instead we have to do it and then we have to enter the number here. So Annie, if you had 0 new recruits, 0 reinstatements, and 1 person fell off, then your team would have actually lost 1 person.
Right.
So it would have brought it down from campaign 6 over here, 40, down to 39 people on your team. Okay?
Okay.
So then what it does is it pre-populates all the way through. That's why you have to go through and enter your numbers. So the next campaign, you had 1 new person and 0 people falling off. So actually this one would be a 1 because you grew your staff by 1 in campaign 8, or your team. Did that jump to 45 and it should only jump to 40?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, sometimes you have to do the math yourself. Which, you guys, I have run into many different issues with this, but it still can make it fun because it does do the percentages right once you have the right numbers in up top here. So on and so forth. So let's say you wanted to grow your team so you can become a strong gold ambassador like every time, right, Annie?
That's like a gold rock star.
That's right. 41, so you'd be up to 42. Here you'd be up to 44. Here you'd be up to 46 if you were adding these team members.
Okay.
So if you stayed at that 70% activity rate, look how much your team sales would go up for one recruit every time. So by campaign 12, you'd have 46 team members, and your team sales at 70% activity would be at $4,633. Not too shabby. You'd be sitting pretty at a nice gold ambassador level, and you wouldn't have to worry about, going back and forth, and so on and so forth. With many of you on our one-on-one calls, you did have goals where you wanted to recruit one new person each campaign. Some of you had 2 new people each campaign. So this is a good calculator to go in just to see where you'd be at. Maybe your average order activity is 62.2. Some of us talked about strategies on how to get our average order activity up, such as reaching out to our current team members, building relationships, right? So all of these things are so important to, the back part of our business. And this calculator has been very fun. It can be a little aggravating at times because it doesn't always do the math correctly. We have been told that Avon is working on that. So don't be too discouraged, but I recommend you give it a try. Check it out, especially if you're a numbers person. Any thoughts on the calculator? You can be real with me about it. Anybody think it's something that they want to try? It definitely helped me and a few other people just really see what they wanted to do and what was realistic for their business growth. So if you want to become let's say you want to be a bronze leader by the end of the year, you can go in there and play with it and say, okay, I'm going to need 5 recruits every campaign. And you can go in there and play with that. You could just put in, 5 right here. So now you're up to 52, then 57. Oh, I see why it did the math. No, I didn't. That's not why. 57, 62. So by the end of the year, if you did 5 a campaign, we're just getting excited now. You could have 107 people on your team. And if you were sitting at 65% activity, you'd be at 10,000 in unit sales. So not only would you be a bronze leader, you'd be working your way up to silver leader. And do you guys all know how much you make on average as a bronze leader from your leadership checks? $360 a campaign. Okay, so you're sitting upwards, $750 to $800 a month just from your leadership checks.
Okay.
So the calculator can really help you in your planning process. The worksheets also work, but we have to do the math ourselves. Actually, our leadership performance report really pulls a lot of the numbers for us. I think we all learned how to use that better. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Any more sharing about what thought process you had doing your homework, or what you've put into action since you've done your homework?
Well, I did reach out to we talked about that person on my team that was kind of trending for PC. And you mentioned me asking her if she wanted to help set up for the gala or the luncheon and everything. I reached out to her and she was so excited about it.
Really?
Like really, really excited. Yeah. So she told me she was really glad I brought it up this early because she can, put in to get the day off work and everything like that. So she was really excited about that.
Oh, was that Josette then?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I've been thinking of names for my Facebook page team thing. I still haven't found one yet, but I'm working on it.
Oh, I just love that. Okay. Well, you'll find it sooner or later, but don't let that hold you back from getting it started.
Oh, no, I won't.
Because that's going to be something that is very beneficial for your team. Do you want to share what you are planning to do potentially with that and why, Anne? Like what you'll get.
What do you mean?
Like what's
just?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just what you're planning to do with your Facebook, with the group, and why you're doing it.
Well, a lot of my team was nested to me when I was in the training leader program, so I don't know them. I didn't recruit them. I mean, some of them I have, but so I don't have a lot of communication with them. And when I try to reach out, they're not always receptive. So what I'm going to do is make a team page for on Facebook, because most people do have a Facebook, and try to search them out on Facebook, send them an invitation, and maybe they might be more likely to interact with me and other people on the team that way, because there's no real commitment. Online, like, you don't have to talk to people if you don't want to. You can lurk. You don't have to, even if they don't post, they can still get inspiration from just lurking or whatever. So I'm working on that. I'm working on being a team person. I'm not a team person, but I'm working on it. I'm trying.
It's whatever you're doing, you are working on it. Your team sales have went up in the last 2 campaigns like crazy. So you are doing something, Annie. So good job. All right. Any other thoughts about the goal setting? I just have to say it's been really fun, looking at your goals. I think we talked about them, but to have you write them down was good for me as your coach to really see where you're at and what you want right now from your business. And then to be able to help you look at your current numbers, and then to see, the light at the end of the tunnel of what it could look like when you start reaching some of those goals. And I see you guys doing it. I mean, Danielle, you had a new recruit this weekend, and each of you are making strides, and maybe it's different on how you're achieving different things, but you're achieving it. And I'm just so happy that I'm having the opportunity to see it and watch it as it's happening. So on that note, now that we have our goals, they're pretty smart. You really know what you want to do. Now we got a plan. Now we've really got to say, okay, how can I fit all this stuff into my day-to-day calendar? Because I know I want to do this, this, and this. But now I need to plan and actually make it happen. And sometimes that's the hardest part, writing the time into your calendar. I've heard a few of you say, instead of just putting Avon in the calendar, I'm going to put on call my team on that day. And the next day I'm going to put on follow up with my customers, being more specific in your calendar instead of just saying, yeah, I'm going to do Avon today for an hour. What is that hour really going to look like? And that's what the planning webinar is about. So I hope you're all looking forward to that. And you're ready to dig even deeper into yourself and into your business. So is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Anybody got events coming up or anything cool to share before we get off? Nope. Okay. Nope.
I'll share something.
Okay. Who is
Just
it?
about the planning thing.
Oh.
Huh? It's Kathy. Can you hear me?
I can hear you better now. Yes.
Just about the planning thing coming up. I did this the first time around you did this, and the planning was my favorite, and really a lot of aha moments. So make sure you do your homework.
Make sure you do your homework. I love it. Thank you. Absolutely. And Kathy's making a lot of headway in her business, and her planning is paying off. And I'm sure she'll share that on our next call. So, well, you guys, it's always.
Now, is there more homework? Is there a homework sheet for the planning module for Monday?
Yes, and I am going to email it to you as soon as we get off the phone.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Great.
Yep. So look.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. It's always fun.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, before we get
Have
off,
a great evening.
everybody wish Annie a happy belated birthday.
Aw.
Happy belated birthday, Annie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Turned 29. Can you believe it?
I know, again.
It's the best age to be. All right. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye,
bye.
everybody.
Good night, everyone.